Meeple Village. Today we are going to be playing Wonder, the Cult of Barnacle Bay. Why don't you just join me at the table and let's play. Okay, so here's encounter 2 and I've already set up the map. There are areas that cannot be walked over, and then these blue spaces with that symbol are water spaces. There's also a wall here and a specific monster, so we know we're going to get a brute. We also have to go ahead and populate the board with the darkness tiles. So we'll shuffle these again, and then we'll place 2 in the respective spaces. One goes up here, and the other one goes right here. Oops, that wall should be here. Okay, that's it. Now, of course, new encounter, new monsters to be spawned. 1 per hero plus 1 per big tile, so we're still spawning 3 at the beginning of the scenario. We get 2 archers, you know those guys. And the first spawn point clockwise will be here, so there you go. We also need to make sure we got the archer card out, right there. We can shuffle it in. What else do we get? We have 1 grunt and 1 archer, so we need the grunts, and those are going to go on the next spawning point. All right, and then for the last one we get 1 grunt and 1 caster. You want to add the caster there, and of course the brute, because he's already here. So there he goes. These get discarded. I need to get a grunt and a caster. So pretty much everybody has joined the party now. They're all here. All types of monsters that are on our list. And this is still a level 1 dungeon, I guess you can call it. That has not changed. We'll put everything over here closer to us. And then, of course, we will shuffle. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we got them all. Let's see who's first this time. Almost about to hit level 2 and unlock an extra action, and we're gonna need it to move through this dungeon. I can tell already this is a very slow dungeon with all those water spaces, because basically water spaces are harder to traverse than regular spaces, which makes sense thematically. All right, the brute's gonna go first. He likes going first, doesn't he? Wasn't he first before too? All right, then tank, then the grunt, then the archer, then Finn, and finally the caster. Okay, so let's go, brute. So the brute has a wall right in front of him. Who did that? I don't know, but he can't see us, so he's not engaged with us. So we move right along. We go to tank. All right, tank. So water spaces. Water spaces, when you move into a water space, it ends your movement. So that's important to know. And when you are moving out of a water space, it takes your whole move action. So pretty much 1 action to move in or out of a water space for now, because yeah, we have only 2 actions. So let's see. So tank is gotta move. He's gotta be close to either the bunnies or this guy, and he's not gonna make it. So why not? He's gonna go this way. Boom. He takes his first action as a move action, and as soon as he enters a water space, his move action ends. For his second action, he is going to use a move action again, and getting out of a water space takes the whole move action. So that's it for him. However, he's here, so what do we reveal? Another event. Okay, we are going fishing. I really don't think this is the time to go fishing, but fine. You find a fishing pole, cast into a magic puddle. Check knowledge. Okay, so our dude is rolling 2. Okay, he has, that's 2 successes, 3 successes. All right. So with 3 plus, what a catch! You hook a treasure chest. Draw 1 treasure card. Well, look at that. And we find some worn armor, which is going to give us 1 HP, making him the tank again, and plus 1 defense. So he's going to roll again 1 extra die. This is armor. Doesn't need to be ready to be used. And he's going to need that extra defense, because now they're going to come after him, aren't they? But it's okay. He's ready. It's got to happen. All right, so tank his turn is over. He used 2 move actions to slowly but surely get next to his enemies. Okay, now it's time for grunts. So there's a grunt here, and water doesn't obstruct your line of sight. Okay, so if an enemy has line of sight to a hero, they're going to move 1 and attack. But of course, this guy needs melee, so he wouldn't be able to. Over here, from this line, over all the way, so these guys can also see Finn because you can see right through in a corner space. So they can go that way or they can go up. I guess same distance. So we'll have him follow the. Oh, it's actually only 1 grunt. So he's gonna go here. Now again, he would attack, but he's not close enough. He cannot move diagonal, so he cannot just run over that way. Be nice, but I mean nice for the monsters, I guess. So the grunts are finished. Now we'll go to the archers, which again, this guy has line of sight, so same deal. He will. I guess he has line of sight to Finn, so he's trying to move towards Finn, so he'll just follow his friend. And then these archers have line of sight to me, and they don't even need to move. They can attack from close space, so both of them are attacking me together for a total of 2. But remember now, tank, because of his new armor that's a little worn but still gives him +1 defense. And he has a crit, so there's still hope. Let's see, so let me just reroll one of these. Alright, so he defends 1, but takes 1 damage. So the archers are done. Now we go to Finn, and Finn can attack from far away. I think he's going to leave the archers to tank, and he will start hitting, well, the grunt or the caster. The caster takes 3, the grunt takes 3, so they're pretty much the same. Casters are ranged though, so I think we'll although the grunt is going to get to us soon too, but range is sometimes it's easier for them to attack us, the way I see it. So we'll go for the caster then. And besides, there's only 1 caster, so I can just get rid of him, and there'll be less people, less cards on the initiative track, less people on the board. So Finn's gonna go for the caster. Actually, Finn cannot see through other monsters, so he'll have to go for the grunt. Okay, grunt it is. So, okay, so all that talk, and all he has is 1, but that's okay. He has 1, but it is a crit, so he gets to roll again, or another one, and that's 2 hits. He does have pierce, so the grunt has 1 defense, which the pierce goes right through that, so he's inflicting 2 damage. Not enough to kill him, but he still has 1 more action. So for his second action, he'll do it again, roll his 3, and there's 2. Well, that is enough. 1 goes through the pierce, and 1 is the damage that he needed to defeat him. So with that, the grunt is defeated, and Finn has become a level 2. So remember I told you a bunch of things were going to happen? A bunch of things are going to happen. First thing is going to happen is he gives Tank 1 XP. He's turning level 2, he gives Tank 1 XP. Now Tank also becomes level 2, which is great. He's also unlocking an action. He does not cause that big surge that Finn is causing, because he was the first hero to cross into another level. Next up, we have to spawn. So and we're gonna spawn at level 2. We spawn 1 card, and it's going to be spawned at the closest spawning point to Finn. So what do we get? Just kill the monster to get 2 grunts. Okay, so 2 grunts are back in our business. And if we have 2 that are the same distance, we get to pick. So of course I want to pick this one, because I don't want them next to Tank, really beating him down. So with that, that's all that happened. I told you it was a lot. It is a lot. Now our heroes are doing more actions, so that's great. There's still a caster, so the caster, it is his turn, and the caster has clear line of sight to Finn, so the caster is attacking Finn, range 1. Finn is defending, and he actually doesn't need to. He has a reroll, but he doesn't need it. He has 2 defense because of the crit. He could even roll one more time. He doesn't need it. He is okay. He is safe. So that was the caster's turn. We go back to the brute. The brute still has no line of sight to anybody, and he couldn't even if he wanted to because he cannot cross into darkness spaces. So he's pretty much just here waiting for us to come to him, which in an introductory scenario makes sense. Alright, so Tank. Tank has to get rid of those bunnies before the bunnies get rid of him. So let's do it. First action is to attack a bunny. Okay, he has a crit. So he's knocking him down, and also 2 hits on him plus a crit, so he gets to roll again. Okay, so that's a total of 3 hits. The bunnies have no defense and only 2 HP, so this is a bye-bye bunny, and we do gain an XP for that. That was only his first action, so for his second action, second bunny. Okay, he gets 2 hits on that one. Does he have a reroll? Yes, he has an attack reroll. So 3 hits on the bunny. Again, no defense, 2 HP, so overkill. Another XP for Tank, who is quickly getting to level. Okay, but that's only 2 out of his, now that he's level 2, 3 actions. So he has 1 more action. What does he want to do with it? He needs to get to those monsters. So he's going to use a move action and do 1 and 2. When he gets into a water space, his turn ends. And I gotta say, monsters are not affected by water spaces, which is kind of unfair. they should be having a hard time traversing water as well, but they don't. But with that, we're done with Tank, so we go to the grunts, and the grunts are here. They definitely have line of sight. This guy definitely has line of sight, so they will move and try and attack, move and try and attack, but they're too far. So we're done with the grunts. Archers. Archer, this guy has line of sight to our friend, so he's gonna move 1 and attack, and he's hitting us for 1, and let's see if that becomes a 1. Remember, Tank now rolls 3, and there's 3 defense, so no damage. Also, I've been forgetting to dodge when I move. I think the only one that has been doing that is this guy. For example, when he moved here, he should have. Were there enemies engaged with him? Maybe they weren't. Okay, I'll just keep track of them from now on. But it's hard to, so easy to forget. So easy to forget those dodge rolls if we want to move. Don't forget those dodge rolls like I do. Anyways, Tank is finished. We'll go to the grunts. Wait, that wasn't the grunts. That was the archers hitting me. Yeah, the archers are finished. Or the archer. Finn's turn. 3 actions. Let's defeat as many monsters as we can. Let's go for those grunts. Okay, well that was terrible. So first action was lost. Does he have a reroll? No, he doesn't have a reroll. So off we go again. Okay, that's better. It's 2 crits and a miss. So we'll roll 2 more. Alright, now that's what we're talking about. So that's 4 hits plus 1 pierce. The grunts have 1 defense, so forget it, and then they take 3 HP to defeat, so one of them is gone. And an XP, and Finn still has 1 more action. So he rolls, he's gonna go for the other grunt. Rolls 3. Okay, there's 2. He doesn't have a reroll, no. I get confused because Tank has a reroll, but he did get a crit. So, oh, and he get another crit. So, and okay, so that's 4 damage. And pierce, so another one that's out. Is that our last grunt? No, it's not. We still have 1 more grunt over here. So we don't get rid of the initiative card. So Finn is done. Caster is going to take revenge on his friends because from here he has clear line of sight to Finn. So he's attacking Finn for, is it 1? Yes, it's 1. So let's see if Finn can defend. Finn is rolling 2 and he has 1 reroll for defense. So far, nothing. He has a reroll. Okay, that's a crit, so that means that he can roll again. Alright, so he defends 1 and he's only getting 1, so he's safe. So that's the casters. We go back to the brutes who are just there waiting for us. Go back to Tank. He's going to use his first action. He's going to use a move action and his movement because he's on water. Second action, he'll go for the grunt, which are a little harder to kill, I guess. Okay, so that's 3 and a crit. Means he's knocked down, but also means he gets to roll again. Alright, so let's see, 3. He does not have Pierce like his friend does, so the grunt takes 2 damage. But Finn has another action. Now here's the thing, I know that the grunt's knocked down, so he's not going to get to act in his next turn, so I think I'm going to go for the bunny, who will get to attack during his turn. So let's get rid of some bunnies. And I think that would probably do it. That's definitely he's knocked down, but I also get to roll 2 more. Yeah, that's just too much. Overkill for the bunny. So Finn gets yet another, Tank gets another XP, close to leveling up and spawning more monsters again. But with that, he's done. He did his 3 actions. 2 attacks, 1 move. Tank is done. We'll go to the, and the archer is out of here, so we'll get his card out of the way. And that was Tank, so now we go to the grunts. There's only 1 grunt, and he needs to get up. So there he goes. He got up. That's the end of his turn. It takes his whole action to do that. Finn is fighting with this caster. And Finn needs to move it all the way to this end token. But he's ranged. He might as well just continue to hit. So 3 actions. Here comes the first one. Okay, that's 2 hits. No rerolls. So the caster, I don't think we've looked at him from up close. So he has Miasma, +1 attacks to heroes that are close to any caster, which hasn't happened because Finn is really far, and attacks are ranged. Okay, so Finn has Pierce, so that's gone, and then he gets 2 hits on him. But that was, let's see, that was Finn's first action, am I right? Yeah, first action, so he'll do it again. Okay, so there's a crit. And that means he gets to roll again, or 1 more, so that's nothing. So he gets 1, but he does have that Pierce, so he does hit the caster, and it's defeated. XP, putting him up to 7 out of the 9 that he needs. When he gets to 9, he'll cross over. And the caster is out of the track. Alright, and that's it. And that was his second action, so he still has 1 more action. So he'll take a move action. And because he moved into a water space, that ends his turn. Back to the brute who's just waiting for us. Tank. Tank is going to attack this guy who's half dead. More than half dead, I think. Okay, he's rolling 4. Alright, so he's definitely knocked down again. And we get to roll 2 more because of the crits. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, he has already 2 HP out of the 3, so he is defeated. Tank gains an XP. He's 1 more and he'll cross over. But before he does that, hopefully he'll have to kill the brute to level up. It's really what it is. So that was his first action, was to attack. Second action, move action. It takes a whole move action to leave a water space, so that's the end of his second action. Oof. Does he want to just stand here and face this guy? I don't think so. I think he wants to wait. If he walks over here, then the brute, he's not going to get to attack the brute. Just move into the space and then take the beat down. I think instead what he's going to do is he's going to use a step up action to become the first in the initiative track. So it's gonna go here. I don't think it matters much because he already went. You know what he's gonna do is he's going to take a step down. He's gonna go all the way to the bottom of the track. Does that even matter? No, I don't think it does. I don't think it matters either way, because if he goes down, it'll be the brute's turn, and the grunt is gone. So let's do that first before I get all confused. I'm getting really confused over here all by myself. So it doesn't matter if he goes first or last. If I move him up, it'll be the brute's turn. The brute still can't do anything. If I move him last, it'll be the brute's turn. So I think we're just gonna, just for the fun of it, we're gonna put him first. I think this will matter more if we were playing on the other side of the initiative track where we get special bonuses. But just for the fun of it, just because we have nothing else to do, we'll use our last action to move up on the track, which means the brute is next. But the brute is not engaged with us yet because he cannot actually, yes he is, because now he can see us. The thing is, he can't move into a darkness space, so he's kind of stuck there waiting. But then after the brute, Finn needs to come down here. So Finn's gonna take one action to move into a water space, and that ends his movement. Take another action, move action to move 1, 2, and that will end his movement. And then with his third action, he'll move into a water space, which ends his movement. So he's almost cut up, not quite. So that was Finn. Tank, now Tank's gonna do what he's gotta do. So first action, he'll move in here, 1, and reveal a treasure. Okay, so finally something good. What does he get? Tank finds throwing axes, which is a weapon, a ranged weapon, which rolls 3, and critical causes cleave per crit. Now we've seen this cleave, and I don't think you guys know what that means. So let me show you. When you have a weapon or ability that causes attacks to cleave, rolling a crit causes one additional enemy within the same space as the target to automatically suffer 1 wound. And I gotta say, in this game, they make it really clear the difference between a hit and a wound. A hit is something that's incoming, but it hasn't become a wound yet. A wound is, well, damage. However, this, going back to this weapon, it's a ranged weapon. I don't think I need it. I'm just gonna keep it as in my inventory, but I'm not going to change my melee weapon because that attacks a little bit harder. And I don't need the cleave because there's only one dude around. Now, maybe in the future, when we get to spawn monsters before we end this scenario, I might want to give that to Finn, which means I would have to take a trade action. Be close or be adjacent to Finn, and then take a trade action to give it to him, because I do believe this is a little bit better than his starting gear. But in the meantime, that ended my movement. That was my first action. And now for my second action, you bet I'm going to try and hit this big monster. Okay, so I have a crit and a hit, which means he gets knocked down, so that's a good thing. And then I do have 1 reroll, so here's my reroll. Okay, and because of my crit, I get to roll 1 more, but that did not hit. So I have 3 hits on him, no pierce, so he has defense of 2, so that's 1 damage. I'll take it. And then I'm gonna do it again. I'll tell you, when you get those crits, you get so happy. It's like, oh my gosh, Christmas. So my reroll, okay, still no bueno. And then with my crit, I get to roll 1 more, no bueno. So that's another 3, minus a 2 for defense, it's another damage. So slowly but surely. And that's all his actions. He moved and then he attacked twice, so he's done. After Tank, the brute's turn, so too bad, because I would have liked to have that -1 defense when he was knocked down, but he's up. Takes his whole turn though, so now Finn, and now Finn is gonna have to come. It's too unfortunate that he can't attack diagonally because he is ranged. So 1 action, it takes a whole move action to get out of the water space, so that's his first action. For his second action, he'll move here next to, but wait, when he's here, he is considered engaged because the brute can see him, so he needs to do a dodge roll, but then he's going to move here for his second action. So dodge roll, defense with 2, and he didn't dodge. Does he have a defense reroll? He does. So 1 more chance. Nope. Okay, so he does get hurt. And now for his third action, he's going to hit this brute. Let's do it. Okay, so he gets 1 hit, which is not enough. Does he have a reroll? He does not have reroll. Okay. He does have Pierce, but even with Pierce, it's just 2, so it's not enough to go through his defense. So that was Finn. Now back to Tank, who is going to show Finn how it's done. Okay, friend. Well, let's see. Let's see how good he can roll. Here we go. Okay, so he's got those 2, which means he's knocked down. He's gonna get up next turn, but you know, just do it. He has a reroll. There it is. Fails, and then he has a crit, which is not a fail, so that's 3. So again, 1 damage. Okay, and that was his first action. Let's do it again. Okay, that's better. So that's 3 and a knockdown, which he already has. And then my reroll, it's another hit, and then my crit. Nice, and because I rolled a crit, get to roll again. That's a fail. So 3, 4, 5. That's 5 successes. Minus his 2 defense is 3 hits, enough to defeat him. So I defeat him. But what that means is that I get XP, which right now is not a good thing because see, we've cleared the scenario, but with 2 XP for Finn, it puts him in up to level 3, which means we spawn. And this time we spawn 2 spawn cards. Finn though gets XP. He gets 2 XP when his friend levels up. So that will put him also at level 3. So what that means is we gotta pick one of their skills because both of them now have a choice of what skill to get. So for Tank, he can get a Golden Grip, can ready 2-handed items in one hand, or hold the line while at the top of the initiative track, gain +1 defense. And he is at the top of the initiative track. And for Finn, favorite enemy, pick one enemy type, gain +1 attack against them, or hunting reflex +1 defense. So I think for Finn, we're going to get the defense. Yeah, for Tank, 2. We're going to get the defense as well. If he's on the top of the initiative track, 1 defense. So they're both a little bit better with defense, and they might need it, because this brute was defeated, giving us the XP needed to spawn. So what monsters do we get now? We are going to get a Grunt. Actually, we are at level 3, because we go by whoever's highest level. So this guy is level 3. So we get 1 caster, 2 archers. Okay, that sounds like fun. We need to find their cards. And we put them in order of how we find them. So 1 caster. And then we get the archers. Okay. And that will go as close as we can to Tank, who triggered this. So we thought we were done, but we're not quite done. Because all these guys are back. And then for our next one, 3 casters. Wow, okay. So the 3 casters will go here. And okay, fun times ahead. Let's do it. So, the caster initiative track was already here, so we don't have to put another one because there's only 1. But that was all because of Tank, and that was Tank's last action. So we moved to Finn, and Finn has some work to do. So who to go for first? I think we'll try and defeat the smaller enemy first. Sure. So we'll go for this bunny, and he's still rolling 3. And he got 1 hit with Pierce. I'm glad he went for the bunny because the bunny has no defense, but he does have 2 HP. So we hit the bunny 1. We'll go for the bunny again. And now that's more like it. That defeats this guy. Gets Finn 1 XP, and he still has 1 more action. So off we go. Let's get the next bunny. Wow, alright, that's nice. I should have gone for the caster if I would have known I was going to roll like a champ. Let's see. Okay, so that's 3 hits. The bunny has no defense and only 2 HP, so he's gone. And that's the last archer, I believe. Yeah, all we have to worry about is casters now. Okay, so with Finn gone, now it's the caster's turn. Now remember, this guy gets a +1 attack to heroes that are close to any caster. So this guy gets +1 attack, and so do they, but all they're gonna do is they're gonna collectively move 1 and try and attack, but they actually they cannot engage because they don't have line of sight. So we need to go look for them. So it's only this guy attacking, but he does get +1. So he usually attacks us for 1, so he's attacking us for 2. Now we're both in the same spot, so the way we will figure out who's getting attacked is whoever is higher on the initiative track, which is Tank, but he's rolling an extra die now, so let's see. And he has 1 defense, which means he's still taking 1 damage because this guy is inflicting 2. Does he have a defense reroll? No, he does not. So 1 damage for Tank. Okay, so the caster's gone. Now it's Tank's turn to take revenge. He'll go for the caster right next to him because he doesn't want to have to dodge. And okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. He no crits, doesn't get to roll. He doesn't need to reroll. So with 4, let's see. The caster is 1 defense and 3. So yes, it is defeated by Tank, who gets an XP. So that was his first action. Now he has 2 more actions. 1 action he's going to use to move. So 1, 2. That will end his turn. Let's see. If he does that, his next action will have to be, so you know what? I'm not going to do that because all he's doing is putting himself in danger and he won't be able to attack because he will need 1, 2, and then his last action will be to stand right here, right next to everybody and be like, come on, beat me down. So why do that when in the meantime what I can do is trade and give that weapon that I found to Finn. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my second action to go ahead and trade. And when you get a trade action, you also get a free rearrange your stuff action. So Finn is going to use that. And there's one thing that I'm not sure in the game, and that is, can I give this guy my shield? Because I'm not using it, and he has a free hand, but it says Tank's shield. Can we share? I don't know. I would think that he can. It would be my guess because it's in my inventory. So, but I could be doing this wrong. So I'm not sure. Because I'm not sure, I guess I won't do it. But maybe he could be having +1 defense, which would be great. But we'll leave it like that. I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to cheat. And that will be giving the heroes an advantage. So let's just leave it like that and pretend that they can because it says Tank's shield. But we did trade, and I'm going to end his turn, so it's going to be Finn's turn. So Finn has to use 1 action to move. His second action is going to be to attack. And let's see. Wow, that's exactly what I wanted to see, Finn. Okay, so he got all perfect hits +2 crits, which now will trigger an ability. And wow, what in the world? Okay, so I think one of them is definitely dead. So we have 5. The caster has defense of 1 and 3 HP, so yes, one of them is dead. And on top of that, we've triggered his new weapon. Crit causes cleave per crit. So remember, we got 2 crits. We can trigger each one of them. So crit will cause another enemy in the same space to suffer 1 damage. So this guy will suffer a damage, and this guy will suffer a damage. So now they both have 1 damage, and they need 2 more. And that was Finn's second action. He moved, now he attacked, so he's gonna go for one of them. Doesn't matter which one. Let's see. And this will be his third action. So he only gets 1, and he still has his pierce. So he does go through the defense of the archer and then does 1 damage. So one of these guys has 2 damage. And with that, Finn is finished. So the archers are going to take the revenge. Now I noticed the archers had this miasma thing where if they're attacking heroes that are close, they get +1. So I'm guessing with that in mind, they want to get close to the heroes even though they're ranged. So they're gonna move 1 and attack, and they will attack Finn, who's the hero that they can see. Now right now they don't have miasma because they're not close to Finn, so they're only attacking him for 1, but it's 1 each, so Finn has to defend 2. Now Finn is rolling 2, and he has 1 defense reroll, Plus he has 1 defense, so he's running 1 extra 1 because of his hunting reflex, which is the ability he unlocked at level 3. So let's see if he can block 2. And he does not, but he does have 1 reroll, so it's a crit. Okay, so far he has 1 more, and that's it. So he does suffer 1 damage. But he managed to block 1, so that wasn't bad. Okay, so there it goes. And that's the end of the caster. So we go back to Tank. And now Tank, now it's worth moving and attacking. So let's go. He'll move 1, 2, and that ends his movement in the water space. But he has 2 more actions. So let's go for the weaker link first. See if we can get rid of 1. Okay, and we have 1 hit. That's it. Let's see. He has 1 attack reroll, so let's go for it. What do you get? Okay, so he did get 2. He doesn't have no crits, so it's just 2. That's 1 damage though, because they have 1 defense. And 1 damage will kill this guy, so he did it somehow. That's 1 XP. Oh my gosh, if we go to level 4, we're going to spawn even more monsters. It's funny how in this game you want to level up, but you don't. It's conflicted emotions about leveling up. Alright, so that was his second action, right? He moved, that was 1 action. He attacked, second action, third action, here we go. He got 3, and he has a reroll, so let's go. Okay, 4. So that's enough to kill this guy and gain yet another XP, but that's okay. He didn't make it to 4. He's only at 13 out of the 16 that he would. And with that, we've actually cleared the board of monsters. That was, which is what we need to do to win the scenario. We have to defeat all the monsters, and we gotta get to the end token, which shouldn't be hard now that we've defeated all the monsters. So, but Tank is finished, so we go to Finn, who's gonna use 1, 2, 1 move action, and another move action. And then he has to wait for his friend. Go to Tank, he'll use 1 move action, 1, getting out of the water space takes whole move action, so that's 1 action. Second action, 1, 2, third action, 1, he moves over here. He's done with his actions. Now back to Finn, and Finn is, now they're both here, they're both at the square with the end token, so they have won the scenario. Once the scenario is complete, we're supposed to read this and make a choice. However, I don't want to spoil the whole thing, so if you want to pause and read, you can. And then here is also a little bit of, this could be a spoiler, so if you don't want to read it, don't read it, but if you do, here it is. And there you go. That was a full run through of Wander, the Cult of Barnacle Bay, the introductory scenario. Well guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Wander, the Cult of Barnacle Bay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, I ask you to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel so you can see this and more games that are similar to this one. Let us know what game you want to see next. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, where you can see pictures of your favorite board games. I will see you all in the next video, but until then, may you play more games.